Today we will be learning how to solve two-step equations. So in prior lessons, you were learning how to solve inequalities when they had one step. Either removing addition or removing subtraction, removing multiplication or division. Today you're going to be removing both multiplication and division and addition and subtraction. We will always start with addition and subtraction and then move to multiplication or division depending on which opposite we need to use, which opposite operation. So today we're going to look at two-step inequalities. I think I said equations before, but I meant inequalities. I just can't read right now. So our first lesson that we're going to look at, or the first example we're going to look at, says example A is 5x minus 4 is greater than or equal to 11. So if you notice on this side, we have more than just a 5x. We have a minus 4. So to solve this problem, we have to do two opposite operations in order to get the variable by itself. We want x to be alone. We want to isolate the variable. So we're going to start out by drawing our balance line. Once we have our balance line drawn, we're going to remember that we want x's on one side and numbers on the other. Our goal is to always have the letters on the left. So to get the letter on the left, we're going to start here with subtraction. Opposite of subtraction is to add 4. So we're going to add 4 and add 4. This gives us 11 plus 4. This will go away and be 0, which allows us to have just 5x left over. 11 plus 4 is 15. So now we have a new problem. Our letter is not alone yet. We still have this 5 that we need to deal with. But it says 5x is greater than or equal to 15. So to get this part, the second step, we're going to look at this, and first we see multiplication. So the opposite of multiplication is division. So we're going to divide by 5 and divide by 5. So now we have x is greater than or equal to 3. So x is greater than or equal to 3. We're now ready to graph this problem. And once we have our graph, we can see we're going to have a closed dot because it's equal to. So we're going to have a closed dot at 3. Closed dot. And our arrow is pointing to the right. Arrow to the right. Okay, again, it tells you which direction to point your arrow. A little bit of extra. All right. Let's do example B. So on this problem, remember, it was two steps. We had to add and then divide. So we had addition as step 1, and then we had division as step 2. So now on this problem, let's look and see what it says. This problem says that we have b divided by -3 plus 4 is less than 13. Less than 13. Okay, so in this example, again, we're going to start out by drawing our balance line. I want b's on one side. I want numbers on the other. I don't know why it's another 4, but we're doing another 4, so we're going to start at the 4, which happens to be add 4. Opposite is subtract 4. So that's our first step. That's step number 1. We're going to subtract 4. Okay, so subtract 4 from both sides. The 4 goes away. That allows b divided by -3 to be left over. And then we have 13 minus 4, and that is going to be 9. So now we're ready to do step number 2. Right now it's divided by -3, so the opposite of division is multiplication. So we're going to multiply by -3 and multiply by -3. That goes away. We're left with b is less than 9 times -3, which gives us -27. Okay, so b is less than -27. We're ready to graph this equation or inequality now. So we're going to draw the arrow, and we're at -27. It is an open dot, so we're going to put an open dot at -27, and our arrow is pointed to the left. So again, our first step was to subtract 4. Our second step was to multiply -3. So if you notice, we're starting with addition or subtraction first, and then doing multiplication or division second. Again, start with subtraction or adding, then go into multiplication or division. So step 1, step 2. Okay, let's go on to example 3. Okay, example C. Example C, it says, oh, this is a good one because the letter is not on the left. So we're going to have to move the letter to the left at the end. This one says 17 is less than or equal to 3y. Guess what? -4. There's another 4. I don't know why all of them have 4s today. All right. So let's go ahead and start with this one. Again, we're going to draw our balance line. And we're ready to start. We want letters on one side, numbers on the other. So we're going to start over here again at step 1, which is either adding or subtracting. We have subtraction, so we're going to add. And we're going to add. This goes away and becomes 0. Just leaves us 3y. And on this side, we have 17 plus 4, which gives us 21. Step number 2, this is multiplying by 3. So instead of multiplying by 3, we're now going to divide by 3. And divide by 3. 21 divided by 3 is 7. So now we have 7 is less than or equal to y, but we want the letter on the left. So before we graph this, we're going to switch this around. So the letter is on the left. We're just going to flip this the opposite direction, and now we're ready to graph. So we're going to draw our number line. And we're ready to graph. So at 7, we're going to have a closed dot with the letter face, or the number, the line, oh my gosh, the arrow, whatever this thing is, my brain. The arrow facing to the left. And we have it graphed. The graphing has not changed. The graphing is still the same. Only thing that we're adding on today is that you have an extra step to do before you isolate that variable. Okay, as soon as I turn the page, we're going to do our triads. So be ready for the triads. Hit pause if you need to. And then when you're ready, go ahead and turn the page. All right, here are the triads. So triad number 1. Triad number 1 says 6y minus 7 is greater than 5. So no 4s in this triad. I know, all of them had 4s. So let's do one without 4s. And then triad number 2. Triad number 2, it has a 4 in it, is w divided by -4 plus 8 is greater than 9. Okay, go ahead and hit pause right now so you don't hear me solving these. And then when you're ready, come on back and hit play so you can check your level of understanding. Okay, step 1, we're going to draw this balance line. Now I'm ready to do the opposite operation. So right now it's removing 7. I'm going to add 7. That is not a 7. Oh my gosh, what is wrong with my brain? We're going to add 7. Today in Math with Miss Englander, we don't know our numbers. I'm so sorry. 5 plus 7 is 12. And then we still have, this goes away, so we still have 6y. All right, now we have multiplying by 6, so opposite is going to be divide by 6. So we're going to divide by 6, divide by 6. This gives us y is greater than 2. Y is greater than 2. Now we're ready to graph. So I'm going to draw my line here. And here is 2. I need to draw an open dot and everything greater than 2. Everything greater than 2. All right, number 2. Let's look at number 2. How'd you do on the first one? How did you do? Hopefully you did better than I did. Hopefully. All right, number 2. Remember, if you have questions, mark the areas that you have questions on so that when you come back to the Google Meet, you can ask me for help. Okay, right now it's adding 8. We're going to subtract 8 and subtract 8. 9 minus 8 is 1. So we have w divided by -4 is greater than 1. So now, because it says divided by -4, we want to multiply by -4. That's going to go away. Multiply by -4. This now says w is greater than 1 times -4, which is -4. So w is greater than -4. We're ready to graph this letter, w, the solution. So here's -4. It is greater than -4. So everything bigger. How did you do on that one? How did you do? All right, it's time now to answer your essential question. How do you solve two-step equations? Go ahead and put your answer here. And then put your level of understanding in the box. Where are you at with this? When you are finished, you may come on back to Google Meet and ask for help, or you can go and do your practice work. As always, I appreciate all of your hard work and effort, and make it a great